Check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Thanks.
Southern New England's trusted news source, ABC6 News at noon.
Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us. I'm Natalie Norrie. RIDOT is putting the finishing touches on preps for today's storm. It's the first real test of the winter for RIDOT, which has 150 plow trucks and 280 drivers signed up for this winter. RIDOT Director Peter Alviti warning Rhode Islanders to avoid driving on roads tonight, and if you are, to beware of the ice. Providence Public Schools already have canceled all after-school activities today. With that being said, let's get a look at that storm timeline as we have a look outside. It's kind of gray and gloomy today, Nick, but what are we expecting later?
Well, I can tell you the snow will begin to fall mid-afternoon, so around 3 o'clock or so, we're going to start to see the snow coming down. But the South Coast area, I don't think they're really going to see much at all in the way of snowfall there. So it's a coating south to 3 inches north. Street flooding is a huge concern with this particular system, as we have some very heavy rain overnight and wind gusts 30 to 50 miles per hour. That's especially noted for the coastline, and there's gale warnings offshore, and there's also a high tide at 11 o'clock tonight, and that means some splash over in those normal places that get some coastal flooding from that strong southeast wind. 36 in Providence right now, Smithfield at 34, New Bedford 39, and we look at satellite and radar, and you can see the snowfall coming in from New York State and Pennsylvania, and it's really ready to hit New York City right now as this wave of moisture comes in. So we'll wait for that to happen. Futurecast wind, and notice we got a easterly wind at 8 o'clock at 20 to 25 miles per hour, but as we ramp it up here by midnight, now we're going about 40 miles per hour from New Bedford to Newport, westerly, 47 miles per hour. That's the forecasted wind gust. And then you go to 2 o'clock in the morning, that entire core of wind shifts to the Cape and the islands, and notice 52 at Falmouth for a wind gust. Then it calms down before it ramps up again around midday tomorrow, and we get wind gusts around 30 miles per hour, so midday tomorrow. Thursday at 10 a.m., the storm is done, and we're looking at the rainfall here, upwards of 2 inches of rain. Futurecast taking you through this afternoon. Let's see the rain snow line here along the coast. It starts to march northward. By 7 o'clock here, we're all rain, and we're in the mid to upper 30s, and it pours. Look at 11 o'clock, heavy rain coming through, and then it all winds down tomorrow morning. So planning the rest of your day today, plan for snow at 5 o'clock and rain at 8 o'clock, rain and snow mix, and then changing over to rain at that time, and then 11 o'clock, very windy with wind-driven rain. Natalie, we'll be back with the 7-day in just a little bit.
All right, Nick, thanks for that update. Turning to coverage of our schools now. We had a chance to ask Mayor Mitchell about 2 aging elementary schools in the city, Swift and Ashley Elementary. The city would like to see them replaced, but proposals for funding have so far been rejected. The mayor says that's because the Massachusetts School Building Authority simply has less money to pass around now. That's because of the impact inflation is having on school building projects.
Things have just gotten way too expensive, and so really this is, and then so that they can only fund so many projects in the current year. I think this is really up to the legislature to step up with more funds for the Mass School Building Authority so that they can rebuild more schools across Massachusetts, including the ones that we'd like to see rebuilt.
Swift Elementary was closed for a few days in the fall because of a boiler problem, and Ashley Elementary had to close just earlier this month because there was no heat for a whole day. Now, to today's other headlines, police are investigating a deadly crash in Lincoln. This happened on Old River Road. Our ABC6 News photographer capturing two cars, both with heavy damage. We're told one car slammed through the metal barrier on the side of the road. According to police, one driver died and the other was transported to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. The name of the driver who was killed is being withheld at this time. In Duxbury, two young children dead, another seriously injured. Police initially went to the home after getting a call that a suicidal woman jumped out of a window. When they arrived, police found the children, a 5-year-old girl and a 3-year-old boy, unconscious. They both died at the hospital. An 8-month-old infant was also flown to a hospital for emergency treatment. And the results are in for a special city council election in New Bedford. Carmen Amaral and Sean Oliver beat out the other 5 candidates in the preliminary race. The two are moving forward to face off in next month's general special election. The winner will finish out the term of former councillor Hugh Dunn, who resigned in November. Just under 700 votes were cast. Oliver had the most with 193 votes. Amaral followed with 160. And Lego is packing up its bricks and moving out of suburban Enfield, Connecticut. The toy company is heading to Boston. Lego's Enfield office currently employs 740 people who will all be offered jobs at the new spot. The governor of Connecticut says Lego wants to enhance its business partnership with MIT. The move will start in 2025 and last till the end of 2026. Now turning to political news today. An attorney for former Vice President Mike Pence reportedly found a batch of documents which could contain classified information in his Indiana home last week. ABC Faith Aubrey is in Washington with the latest.
National security experts and lawmakers on both sides of the aisle raising serious questions about how the nation's top secrets were handled after yet another apparent breach of protocol surrounding classified documents.
What the hell's going on around here is my reaction.
A lawyer for former Vice President Mike Pence revealing that they found, quote, a small number of documents with classified markings in the former vice president's private home in Indiana on January 16th, adding that the papers were in sealed boxes that traveled with Pence after he left the Trump White House. Though that appears to contradict the former vice president's claim to ABC's David Muir that he never removed any classified files after leaving office.
Did you take any classified documents with you from the White House?
I did not.
Pence's lawyers say the former vice president was unaware that the documents were in his home, saying he authorized the search after top secret documents were found in President Biden's personal residence. Biden's legal team also contacted the National Archives after discovering the classified documents. Months before, the Justice Department found hundreds of classified material at former President Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago home.
Well, I kind of thought, holy heck.
Unlike Trump, both Pence and Biden quickly returned the classified files. But Trump did not fully cooperate with the government's efforts to obtain all the documents in his possession, resulting in a court-authorized FBI search of his property. National security experts are calling much of the nation's classified documents handling system problematic, pointing out that only a small number of classified material are actually tracked.
Clearly, there's a process involved here that's not working.
And the Justice Department is reviewing the Pence documents. Even though there are special counsel investigations into both President Trump and President Biden, it's not clear if the Justice Department will do the same for Pence. In Washington, Faith Abube, ABC News.
Still to come on ABC6 News at noon. Due in court, the new details we expect to learn today as one of 2 accused California mass shooters is due in court. And later, the Pats are in Providence. Why some lucky elementary schoolers got a visit from Pats offensive line Cole Strange this morning. Welcome back. In national headlines today, an update on the mass shooting spree out west. The alleged gunman, who police say killed 7 people and seriously injured another on 2 farms in Half Moon Bay, California, is expected to face a judge today. This comes as the investigations continue into other shootings. ABC's Rena Roy has more.
It's the deadliest shooting in San Mateo County history, and now we're learning more about why authorities think it may have happened.
All the evidence we have right now points to a workplace violence incident.
Police say alleged gunman Chun-Li Zhao opened fire at 2 farms in Half Moon Bay, California Monday evening, killing 7 and injuring another. They believe his victims were also his co-workers.
They were killed with purpose, with intent, execution style. And this community, California, and the country is reeling from it.
Servando Martinez says his 50-year-old brother, Marciano Martinez Jimenez, was killed in the attack. He says he was a good person and good coworker who was an admired supervisor, and that the loss has left the family broken. Our ABC station KGO learning from court documents the suspect allegedly showed hostile behavior to coworkers in the past. The suspect's former roommate, who was also a coworker, granted a pair of restraining orders after telling police Zhao threatened to kill him in 2013. This comes after 11 people were killed over the weekend in Monterey Park at a dance studio during a Lunar New Year celebration. Plus, in Washington state, 3 people were killed at a gas station. Authorities say the suspected gunman died of a self-inflicted gunshot wound. And this recent string of mass shootings has elected officials once again making renewed calls for gun control in this country, with both the White House and California Governor Gavin Newsom demanding change. Rena Roy, ABC News, Half Moon Bay, California.
And still to come on ABC6 News at noon. Nick has a look at the full timeline of our snow this afternoon, plus your full 7-day forecast. We'll be right back. Before weather or after? Okay, do I? Okay, I'll throw that script out. Me too. Do I have to toss to Nick? Okay, great. Thank you. A bit of a back and forth right now over admissions at the New Bedford Regional Vocational Technical High School. We're hearing from the mayor as well as the education commissioner. ABC6 Yanni Tregelis has a story.
Discord over admissions. In New Bedford, the question of eligibility for one of its high schools is up in the air. at the New Bedford Regional Vocational Tech High School, city councilors have been reluctant to shift eligibility requirements the state passed for Voc Tech schools in 2021.
The problem has been they've had a selective admissions process in place that has unfairly excluded a whole lot of kids who could benefit from a vocational education.
This process, Mitchell says, makes it more difficult for some students to receive a quality education. For example, Mitchell points out that only 3% of students at New Bedford Voc Tech don't speak English as their first language. Meanwhile, at New Bedford High, that's about 30%, a large disparity between two huge schools.
We do see some racial imbalance as a result of their selective admissions policy and even a broader disparity when it comes to students who are in special ed designated classes.
This selective admission process, as Mitchell calls it, has excluded students in protected classes from benefiting from a better education. A proposed admission process which would put less of a priority on academic performance and attendance for incoming high schoolers, and instead be more heavily based on recommendations from teachers. But that's been met with some blowback. Last month, the school committee shooting down the appointment of a committee member that aligned with Mitchell.
So it's not just me saying that. The state has sent 2 warning shots over their bow in the last couple of years.
There are 2 other ways Mitchell says they could balance the scales. One includes a lawsuit, which he says he hopes is avoided. Another by the state stepping in and imposing these changes on the schools. This morning, the Massachusetts Department of Education Commissioner Jeff Riley asked about the issues in New Bedford, saying he's in favor of lottery admission for the students.
I'm curious to see how that works out. Obviously, the state in the future will continue to monitor this to see if any further changes are needed. But for now, we're comfortable with what the school has done to make changes.
In New Bedford, Yanni Tregellis, ABC6 News.
And now, your ABC6 Storm Tracker weather with meteorologist Nick Morganelli.
Good afternoon. I'm not too impressed with the way this storm is evolving today. It's going to be arriving a little bit later, maybe around 4 o'clock now instead of, it was more like 2 or 3 o'clock. Now it's more like 4 o'clock. But let's look at the temperatures first, even all the way up to the Canadian border. Burlington's 25. You go way up to Bangor, Maine, it's 21 degrees. So there's really not a lot of cold air around to draw on as well. And look at Providence is 36, Hartford 37, it's 40 in New York City. We do have lots of winter or weather advisories. We got the winter weather advisory for North Providence County, heads up into Massachusetts for all of Worcester County and points west. And also it extends into northern parts of Connecticut as well. And then there's a wind advisory as well from 4 o'clock this afternoon until 4 in the morning on your Thursday, because overnight tonight, the wind will really be a big story. Wind will gust and we'll have some very heavy rain. And with that too, we have the gale warnings offshore as well. And there's some also a flood advisory for street flooding and also for splash over from the high tide around 11 o'clock tonight. So keep that in mind. Here's our radar and looking up into the cloud. None of this is reaching the ground right now. So the air is still dry over us and has to saturate the air. Notice there's a lot of holes in here too. So let's widen it out and see where it is actually precipitating. And you have to go way back here through Washington, D.C. and Raleigh, North Carolina. The leading edge of the precipitation now is just getting to New York City. So nothing is falling east of there at the current time. So it's going to take a few more hours for that to even get here. And then we're looking at temperatures that will be really mild, where anything that does fall as snow, I think it's just going to melt when it hits the ground in a lot of locations in Rhode Island. So snow begins 3 to 4 o'clock. It's mixing to rain on the south coast right away. So I've been saying that the whole time. The south coast, the I-95 corridor, it's really just wet from this whole storm. It's briefly moderate snow for the evening commute, and that's especially for north of the city of Providence. So if you're heading up 146 up into Smithfield, you're heading north on 295 up into Massachusetts, then you're going to hit, a time where it's just 2 or 3 hours this evening where it could get a little slippery, a little treacherous. Really, it's just a visibility factor. The temperatures are not all that cold, so I don't expect a lot of slippery conditions. But slush on the roads can be a little bit treacherous. So changes to rain by 7 to 8 o'clock as this warm front pushes in. This is 4 o'clock. It's starting to snow here, and then the warm front quickly pushes northward. The surge of warmth under this storm ahead of it with a south wind is really going to scour out any cold air that's left. And this rain snow line moves all the way up into central New England, in fact. So here's 11 o'clock. It's icing even by Manchester, New Hampshire, and Portsmouth, New Hampshire. And it continues to move northward from there. Even way up in Maine, down East Maine, is pouring from this storm by tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. At that time, we're drying it out. We've got a westerly wind in here, and we're drying it out during the day tomorrow and into the day on Friday, where we have some sunshine. So we're looking at a coating to an inch in southern Rhode Island, an inch or two in the northwestern hills. You go north of there, you get 2 to 4 inches up by Worcester. There's really nothing from Newport, Fall River, westerly. You won't be having any snowfall from this. 45 with temperatures rising all night tonight. And the high temperatures tomorrow are actually in the morning. And then the temperature falls in the afternoon and evening. Let's look at the 7-day forecast. This is the way it looks with temperatures at 36 on Friday. It's breezy and chillier. Over the weekend, 40s with sunshine and clouds. Not too bad of a weekend there, Natalie.
Yeah, Nick, some better news ahead aside from this messy night tonight. But some upcoming news on ABC6 at News. The Pats in Providence, how some local elementary schoolers welcomed Cole Strange to the city and why he's here. Well, the Patriots were in Providence today. Patriots offensive lineman Cole Strange stopped by Young Woods Elementary School. This was a reward for the kids there, just as promised. In September, Pat's corner Jalen Mills visited the school to celebrate the start of the NFL season and challenged the kids at Young Woods Elementary to get their attendance rate up. Well, they did, and they upheld their end of the bargain, so Pat Patriot was back with another player.
The fact that they got so excited just to see us, and, you know, to think that if we had some sort of help and, like, an incentive, I guess, so to speak, to help them, you know, come to school and be like, you know, then maybe we'll get to see them again. I don't know, that's really special.
The Pats promised to pay another visit to the school in June if the kids can keep that attendance up for the rest of the year. Still to come on ABC6 News at noon, Nick has another look at your afternoon storm forecast. We'll be back. when we come back, I toss to him right from commercial. All right. All right. Welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. Let's get one final check at that forecast and see what that storm has in line for us tonight. Nick?
Well, thanks, Natalie. In the order of how things happen, we get snow first, except for the south coast that gets probably rain or rain-snow mix. We get a coating to an inch in southern, central Rhode Island, northern Rhode Island, perhaps as much as 2 inches, but I really don't even think we might make it there. Probably an inch, inch and a half, maybe up by Smithfield. And here's the rainfall forecast. The rain comes after the snow, starting at 7 o'clock tonight. Upwards of 2 inches of rain by 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. The wind comes in tonight, 10 o'clock, 30 miles an hour, up to 40 to 50 miles per hour around 2 o'clock, and then it abates. It's still a breezy to windy day tomorrow. And then Friday, we dry it out, 36, a chilly day, and we're in the 40s Saturday and Sunday.
All right, Nick. Well, thanks for joining us at ABC6 News at noon. The news continues later, first at 4. And for news and weather anytime, abc6.com is always on. Have a great day.